Hey guys, this is Eric Carter from Nerdy Geek Talks, source for all your nerdy geeky needs. Here with episode, not stalling because I don't, 48, there we go. I definitely wasn't stalling because I forgot when it was. Uh, joining me
Lol.
this week, we have Soundjack, who says lol, which is weird.
I don't know why.
It's perfectly normal. I do it too.
Okay,
Same.
it's a lot less weird than saying, I don't even know how to say it, redeco wrong.
Ridico?
Ridico?
Ridico.
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 You should hear how I say I can't even say the word a word correctly without giving it away. How I say buttons or mittens.
Baton. Baton.
Do you say like mittens?
No,
Mittens.
mitten. It goes mitten. Mitten.
Mitten. Are you
Yeah.
smitten with them mittens? That could
Wow.
also be a
Not
show
even a
title.
minute in, we've already gone way
Hey,
off
Google.
track. This
All
is
right.
great.
Search how to
Yep.
kick someone from their own Skype call.
Zeus, how are you doing?
Pretty good. My house smells like garlic bread right now.
Oh, you're lucky. I envy you. Jared.
I'm doing all right.
I'm not gonna lie, I was like, did he mute himself?
No, no, I just
Not have been
all I
surprised.
heard was just Jared, and I was just waiting if you want to say like "How are you?" or something like that.
Wow, Jared, I'm sorry. I'm sorry my introduction wasn't good enough for you, okay?
Wasn't.
Oh, never.
And last but certainly least, no, I'm kidding. Last but not least, Chris, how are you doing?
You haven't made that joke before.
Uh-huh.
Hi.
Well, normally it's about Tanner, but Tanner is very sick.
The last
so,
the
yeah.
last few times it's been me.
Yeah, I was gonna say Tanner's been out for a while, so yeah, sorry.
Tanner said he was sick last week. Where is he this week?
He's very sick this week. He was messaging me.
I see how it is. You're gonna pick on the.
I don't
Pick
think
on-
I don't
pick on
think
the
he was-
girl.
I don't think he was sick last week. I think he was busy and just said he was sick. But this week I can actually tell he's definitely sick. And then Miguel is off having fun at the fair without me, eating deep fried Oreos, which he knew I wanted. I'm very hurt.
Well,
But
you
anyway.
can't have a menu.
Tanner
Can you?
betrayals.
He did offer to send me some, but I turned him down on the basis that I don't think they'd be very good by the time they got here. But
Well, look
you
on the bright side. At TFCon, I'll have some locally made apple cider for you.
I know. I'm very excited that you randomly texted me that. She
And I'm
randomly texted me
very
this week.
sad that I
She's like,
won't be going to TFCon.
Why won't I be going to TFCon?
Because
What are you saying?
you're terrible.
Tell them what it was again.
I'm not terrible. I'm not
She
paid.
just randomly texted me like, "Oh, hey, can you drink apple cider?" She says that because I have diabetes, and I was just like, "Yes, why?" And she's just like, "Oh, because I have this like nice local brew of it, so I'll be bringing it over for TF."
Yeah,
I was
that-
just like, "Sweet."
Shout out to Curtis Orchard. I used to work there. Oh, I gotta tell you guys I got a story to tell you after the show.
Good. I was
Sounds
going
I
to
was
say.
working there. It's a doozy.
Yeah.
All right, so
Oh, and you never told us the thing that you said you were going to tell us last week.
What was the thing I was gonna tell you last week?
Something about college.
Oh yeah, well, I had to leave.
I have
so-
no idea what you're talking about, but anyways,
Remind me to tell you after this.
Soundjack. We'll see if that happens this week. Soundjack, what is our history lesson for the week?
Today, the day we are recording, is October 20th, and on this day
October 20th.
Wow, we skipped ahead 2 months.
Wow.
Awesome! Wait, I'm 21 now. Holy crap!
what
Woohoo!
heck am I doing? August.
Soundjack's on drugs.
I heard apple cider, and now I'm thinking of October and Halloween.
Okay, I don't blame you. That's a good thing to think about.
Anyway, August.
Halloween is the best.
Anyway, on August 20th, in 1948, actor John Noble, aka the voice of Unicron in Transformers Prime, is born. And what else did he do besides that? He didn't do anything else in Transformers. Outside of it, he portrayed Walter Bishop on Fringe.
He lived for 70 years.
He was
Good on him.
Thor in Lord of the Rings.
Who was he in Lord of the Rings?
Denethor.
Oh, cool. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, me neither.
I have, according to the caption, I'm going to assume it's the person that makes the "one does not simply walk into Mordor" quote.
Modor?
Okay.
That's
Mordor.
That's someone else.
It is?
Hodor.
You're.
Hodor.
Yeah, no, that's what's his name? It's Boromir is the guy who
Okay.
says that.
Never actually watched all of Lord of the Rings all the way through, not even the first one.
Excuse me?
Same.
Excuse
actually.
me?
I've watched
Okay.
all the Hobbits.
Okay, to be
I've never
fair,
seen any of them.
How am I
my
friends
and
with
I
any of you?
attempted to watch the first one together, but then we were, my one friend was laughing too much, and then we just all lost it when we got to the fight scene between Gandalf and the other guy, and he made a joke about help, I've fallen and I can't get up.
How am I friends with any of you people?
Oh wait, so I do have a question for our audience. How many of you have seen or not seen The Office? Because we discovered that Soundjack and Chris both haven't, which kind of makes me sad because it's actually such a good show. I refused to watch it for the longest time because everyone watched it and said how good it was, and I was like, well, if literally everyone just keeps talking about it, I'm kind of sick of hearing about it, so I don't want to watch it. But I eventually gave in, and yeah, it's really good. So I'm just kind of curious who's listening to it.
Also, how many people listen? How many people watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine? Because that's another good one.
No, I haven't. I don't watch much TV, to be fair.
I don't watch a lot of. I don't watch. I stream stuff. You know.
I watch Ghost Adventures a lot. Shout out!
Brooklyn Nine-Nine is on Hulu, and that's what I've been watching for the last week.
The show is not sponsored by Ghost Adventures. By the way.
Or Hulu, or The Office, or Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Brooklyn Rage! Yeah. Or your little Kuribo.
There's now a poll on Twitter about who has seen The Office or not.
Woo!
Go take the poll.
Also, do
how
one
long
about
is the
Lord of the
course on,
Rings.
I'm going to do one at a time. I'll do Lord of the Rings another day.
How long is the poll, though? Did you set it for 1 day or 7
One
days?
day. 1 day.
So by the time people are hearing this, it might already be over.
Oh no, people! This will go up tonight, so we're good.
Yeah.
You're sure?
I'm sure.
We're
about that.
back on track.
Okay.
Yeah, we're back on track for this week, which is why it's
We're
kind
back.
of weird that I said in the last episode, which I should have known because we did that late in the week. I said that everything's coming, but then I realized that the next thing that is coming is another episode, so I should have held off just a couple days to say that. But I wasn't lying. I just realized that my schedule in my head was off. So, but anyways, what did everyone get this week? We can breeze through this. So, let's go, Zeus.
All right. I didn't get anything this week, but since it seems like the idea of the TFCon podcast that we were going to do has kind of stopped being an idea,
So
I'm going to start talking about just a
Thanos
couple
snapped
things.
his fingers. That's the podcast that.
Yeah, basically.
Anyways,
Wait, you did get a thing,
Anyways.
didn't you?
No, that's not here until tomorrow, which is annoying because right now it's in Bloomington, which means it moved 2 miles in the past 3 days. And
That's it.
That's all. But anyways, I'm going to talk about a couple small things that I got back at TFCon. The first one is the New Age Toys Flipper, which is their Bumblebee, which I'm pretty sure was meant to go with the DX9 Optimus to fit in that trailer, because that's one of the things they advertised on the box, and he is very good. I'm not going to say right now that he's Toy of the Year, but he's definitely Toy of the Year for me right now. The amount that they get done with what's basically a mini-con sized Transformer figure is really impressive.
he keeps talking about it.
Yes, because he's the best toy. And there's nothing you can say to change my mind until I get a better toy, which might happen. You'll hear about it next week,
Hopefully.
maybe. Yeah.
Hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Although it's not the one that you guys are thinking about. It's the other one.
That's the one
Anyways.
I'm thinking about.
I'm pretty sure we're all thinking about the same one right now, except for me. I'm probably thinking about a different one. Anyways, I also, sticking with the theme of smaller figures, got Mech Planet's, I think it's Soundtrack. I can't remember his
Yeah.
Yeah,
name.
Soundtrack.
It's their Soundwave figure. And he's very good. Not quite as good as Flipper in my mind. The transformation is not as involved, but it's a nice thing to just pick up and transform because it's fairly simple. My biggest complaint about the figure is that he doesn't have any rotation at his arm. So basically, he's got decent articulation everywhere else, but I really wish he'd had like a bicep swivel.
Is it too small? Like, is there a reason for that? Or...
No, there's enough space they could have fit it in. They just didn't. Which, actually, I'm gonna double check. I'm pretty sure there's enough space.
Yeah, I'm gonna check mine. I got mine real close.
Wait, what toy are you talking about again? I kind of blanked out for a minute.
Back Planet soundtrack.
Yeah.
Their sound
okay, I
waves.
remember what you're talking about. Yeah.
Well, as it turns out, the figure's not in my immediate vicinity, so
Ooh.
I can't check.
I was gonna
But
say you should move on to the cooler thing, anyways, because I really like the other thing you got.
I don't even
Oh.
know.
which thing are we talking about? Are we talking about the very big thing,
The big
or
bad
the?
Dudicus. Big bad Dudicus.
Oh, yeah.
And Bruticus.
Okay. Oh, cool. Thanks for spoiling the surprise there. I got War Giant, who is amazing.
Didn't you already mention that
He
before?
told us
Not on
it
the-
wasn't on the show.
I'd never mentioned it on the show. No.
Didn't you get him at TFCon?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
we-
I didn't talk
we
about
talked-
any of the stuff I got at TFCon because we were
I
saving
remem-
it for a podcast. I
remember
told
that
you guys
episode-
about it.
No,
I told you guys about it.
I was listening to episode 45 last night, and you mentioned it because you were talking about how you, as soon as you bought him, what was he called? The other coloration one came out.
Oh, you
Yeah.
talked about it. but
Right.
you
I talked about it, but I didn't talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
'cause-
Which
Fair
he
enough.
is actually right behind me, so I'm going to grab him because I love him, and he is. If all of this
I would
came
miss
out in
if
20,
Eric would let.
Yeah.
If Eric would let me, but I can't.
Who's
If
your
this-
favorite member?
oh boy, I like the Onslaught figure that they did. He's good. I'm also a fan of the Brawl because there's this really interesting transformation trick that you have with him with the legs.
Where he doesn't
Yeah.
have a waist. Oh wait, no, different Bruticus.
Every figure on this, every one of these figures has a waist swivel, which means Bruticus also has a waist swivel.
Ooh,
Hey, show me the
that's so good.
show me the combiner ports.
Okay.
Curious what those look like,
Are they plugs or are they like what kind of?
or like do they like? Are they
Like
like
slots.
There are
Well, they're tabs and
slots.
slots.
Yeah, there are tabs and slots.
So like
And-
Combiner Wars Devastator.
No.
Sort of. No.
Well,
it's
more
a little
like
different.
more like Devastator than the rest of the combiners.
It's actually the way the arms attach is a lot like the DX9 figure, but in reverse, where they have the tabs for the shoulder here,
Oh, okay.
and that slots into the arm, and then the legs have a completely different connection method.
Gotcha.
So you can't.
So you
There's
can't
no
like.
Scramble City, but it's Bruticus. Yeah, there's no Scramble City, but
Yeah,
it's
this-
Bruticus.
So you
Who's going to
can't have-
Scramble City it?
So you can't have like helicopters, jet leg, or
No,
shuttle
this-
legs, and tank jeep arms.
No. Which I was kind of hoping maybe they'd figure out something to do in that area when they release him in Ruination colors, because that was
Ruination.
Part-
That was the.
Yeah. kind of a part of it where he could switch out his limbs, but you can't do it on this one just because of the way it's engineered. But he
Right.
is really nice. If I had one complaint, it's that some of the clearance is not great for some of the transformation. Like with Swindle, you have to move the arms in a very specific way just to get
Yeah.
them to fold up. And also, Blast Off has given me the biggest problem because I didn't know about it, but there's actually a panel on his back where if you don't have it pushed in the right way and you're trying to flip out the head, you'll end up breaking off that tab that you would use to pull it out.
You didn't do that,
I-
did you?
That's exactly.
I did, and then that's how I found out about that back panel. I
Oh.
contacted the Chosen Prime.
Like
I contacted
broke
Chosen-
or
Well, it's just a little tab. I can still get his head out. It's just a little more difficult.
Yeah.
I've contacted the Chosen Prime though, and they said that Iron Factory has been really good about sending replacement parts in the past, and so the next time they get a shipment of their stuff, which should be I think in a couple weeks, there's a chance they might have that replacement part with it.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Best of luck.
That's about my biggest problem with him. I've got a couple other smaller problems. Like, I don't really like Vortex that much. He's kind of my least favorite of the set, just because I don't really like the leg transformation on him.
What?
Especially going from, like, helicopter mode into arm mode. Because one of the things is you have to split open the legs to fit in the front panel of the helicopter between them. And there are these tabs on the torso that the feet go peg onto that are kind of long, so it's a little difficult to maneuver sometimes. He's also the least interesting transformation out of all of them, in my opinion.
You know what's very interesting, though?
What?
Deep fried Kool-Aid, deep fried Red Bull, deep fried
Someone's
Fruity
clearly
Pebbles?
not-
What?
Someone's clearly not spent much time in the Midwest, Eric.
Or at any fair at all.
They deep fry
Seriously.
everything? No, at the fairs I go to, they deep fry normal things.
Yeah,
I've been to the-
yeah.
It's been a few years, but the last time I went to the Orange County Fair, they had deep fried Coke.
Dude, they
the
had
heck?
they had deep fried funnel cakes at the county fair.
Okay,
What? Yeah.
deep fried butter. Deep fried
No,
butter.
no, you're kidding.
He's not lying.
No,
I've
that
seen
is a
that.
thing.
That was
That
is a
I think
thing.
that's our Eric. The state fair, if it's not going on right now, is soon. I will go and I will take pictures.
I was gonna say
I'm
I need
also
photo
about
evidence.
80% sure. I'm also about 80% sure that they call it the artery clogger.
Yeah, that would
God.
surprise.
No, and I also got the repro label set for Bruticus, which makes him a lot better. And I'm saying that about a figure I already loved. And again, if all of his components had come out in 2018, he'd easily be my toy of the year. But as far as I can remember, most of him came out in 2017, and it was just the arms that were 2018 releases.
I will be right back.
Well, I personally count the toy of the year for me, as any toy I got in 2018. But
That's wrong, though. Yeah, but when I get Ruination, because I'm probably going to get Ruination, that'll be my toy of the year, probably. I can almost guarantee it. Oh, that is deep fried butter that you just sent a picture of.
Yeah, I googled deep fried butter and I'm kind
And
of
then the other
disturbed.
thing, the other thing about this is I've made a very slight modification to one of the combiner parts. Basically, on his back, when you put it on, there's a tab on the arm that kind of collides with it. So I've cut it down a little bit more so the tab can fit in there and the arms can sit flush against his back.
Nice. Did you get anything else? Like other than Bruticus?
I also got their Bridge Watcher, which
the
is
Shockwave.
the Shockwave to go with him. Yeah. And he's nice. I've had the mold before because I got the Mech Fans Toys upscale, which I mostly got for the Diaclone figure, but
Oh, I really want that
whatever.
one.
Now I have an extra Shockwave. The Shockwave or the Diaclone guy?
Both of them.
Because I've got... Oh, because I have an extra Diaclone thing from when I got the replacement set. It's the
is it
purple one,
is
yeah.
it the purple one?
Yeah.
I
So if
really
you're
want-
interested, I could sell it to you for a reasonable price.
We may have to see about that. All right.
All right.
Is that it?
I believe that is.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Well,
Oh, wait, actually, sorry, one thing. I've watched a few reviews of the Bruticus, and one thing that I've not noticed people do is on Swindle, you can actually rotate the toes around for Jeep mode, and it looks a little better. I could be mistaken, but I don't remember seeing a lot of people doing that.
Gotcha. All right. So going off of yours, I just realized that I never actually mentioned the TFCon stuff that you sent me on the show. I went back and even checked the show notes. I never talked about it. So I figured out I'd mention those things. I got the, is it Fans Project Severo Core?
Yeah.
Which is based off of the, is it Steel Core? Is that what the original version of the mold's called?
I want to say Steel Core. Yeah. Yeah.
which was like their original character. This is the Grimlock version, and oh my god, this version of the mold is so freaking cool. I love the what is it? Is it what would you call his chest buddy?
I think the official term is Heartmaster.
Heartmaster. Okay, so his Heartmaster is
That's just what
Leonie.
Vangelis called it in the reviews. I could be completely wrong on
That's
whether
fair.
or not
I
that's
don't
what
think
they're
there
actually.
is. I was gonna say I don't know if there is an official term, but it's
Well,
really
like
cool.
Heartmaster sounds right
supposed
enough.
to be like a Power Master or something,
His chainsaws are awesome.
or
Although
a Breast Force member.
yeah, that's what I was thinking of Breast Force, but like it's more than just that because it doesn't
What
just go.
force?
It doesn't just go on the. You
Breast.
know what Lio Kaiser is? Lio Kaiser is literally Breast Force. We're moving on.
Breast Force?
Yes, dude. How do you not know this?
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
you literally
That
that
is
is
what-
Lio Kaiser is. That's his entire gimmick.
I've never heard of this. I just wanted it because he looked cool and Pink Jet.
That's literally all of them,
That's-
anyways. But
Someone
like,
explain this to me
no,
later.
If you didn't know who Lio Kaiser was, I would totally understand that you hadn't
I
heard
know
of this.
who he is
But the
because
fact
of the
that you
Combiner
know who
Wars
Lio
toy.
Kaiser is just like
Through the-
what?
Through the Combiner Wars toy, not
Which,
through anything else.
that's why he came with that arms micron, which is supposed to go on the chest of Deathsaurus as a breast master. But anyways,
Oh my god.
but yeah, so it's super cool, and you could do Wolverine claws with it, which is like my favorite. I
Oh,
love
and
that,
Eric.
that aspect.
Have you done the? You know that the thing that's supposed to be his sword can also be his gun, right?
Oh yeah, because well, the thing that's like the chainsaw.
Yeah, that big box can
Yeah.
also do a gun.
Oh well, yeah, I
And-
had it as a gun before you sent me the blades.
Yeah,
because he
Which-
forgot the blades. That was kind of
I
funny.
did forget the blades because I was rushing around that day. I don't remember why. I think it was maybe the day I had an interview, maybe not.
hmm But yeah, so I really, really like that guy. I'm very happy with the mold. I also got what's it called? The G2 Jazz.
Maestro.
Yeah, Maestro, which is an awesome, awesome mold. Very happy with that. It's very pretty. I love the blue chrome visor in his robot mode. That's probably my favorite part. It just looks so
It is
good.
He is a very good toy. Before I sent it along, transformed it a couple times. He's very nice.
Yes, I like him quite a bit. He is one of my favorite Masterpiece scale figures. Not that I have a lot. I have very few, and I don't get normal ones usually. So.
I have exactly 3.
I think the only like normal ones I have are Magnus and Trax, because Trax was like on deep discount. That's why I bought him. But then I have the Diaclone Black Trax, the Diaclone Blue Streak. I have probably others, but I can't. Maybe one or two more. I can't think of what they are though. Or maybe.
I have
oh
the
wait,
first-
I have Hot Rod. I lied. I did get Hot Rod. I forgot about that. So,
I have the first 2 movie MPs, and then I also have the Toy Color Primal.
and I also just left out that I have the Year of the Horse, like the dark red and blue with the gold symbols on it, MP10. I think that's all my Masterpiece figures. Could be wrong. But anyways, but now I have that G2 Jazz, which looks so good. So happy with that. And then
He's a very good boy.
also Cogman, who I admire very much. I like him quite a bit.
Also, I was responsible for that as well.
Oh yeah, that's included. It's not a TFCon exclusive, but I count that in my TFCon stuff because he just sent it with my TFCon stuff.
And I got it from the Dufferin Mall, from a Toys R Us, which I think that's a good last Toys R Us experience to have.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So technically, Cogman is my last Toys R Us figure for now, unless I get another Toys R Us figure from Canada in the future. But kind of doubting it.
Reopen.
Although there is actually a Toys R Us exclusive, like Black Series Captain Phasma with a cracked helmet and her spear weapon from The Last Jedi, and I really want it. So if any of you Canadian listeners ever find that, let me know because I really want that toy, and it doesn't look like it's getting any other release. So yeah. Anyways,
It'll probably end up on Amazon though.
I hope so, but I don't know. The only other thing I got is Deluxe Class Repugnus. who is quite an awesome toy. At first, I was a little underwhelmed because everyone had been hyping him up so much. Then I kept messing around with him a bunch, and I was just like, no, actually, he is like really, really good. I like him quite a bit. I really do like the fact that I love the Solus Prime Master because it's like it's the clear blue plastic in like her rock mode, so like a ghost type thing. But then her robot mode is totally gray, which is like really morbid and creepy, but like a dead body. So like it's like Solus Prime after
Very
death.
ghost.
Yeah, it's Solus Prime literally like after death as a ghost, which I'm like, I really dig that. Like I love how Blastoff comes with the Megatronus that is it's the fallen version in my mind, and then this is the Solus Prime that is post death. And then, I mean, Prime is just a warrior of light, so that's the one that'll come with punch, counter punch. That one, I think I'll still like that Prime Master, but I'm not as excited because it doesn't have a particular reason in my mind other than it's just like, it's light mode for, the warrior of light. But
Warriors of Light is actually the name of the roleplay group I'm in.
Huh. Wait, what did you say, Soundjack?
It's going to be your first experience with Prima because...
Yeah. Because I haven't gotten
Won't be
yet.
mine, though.
Well,
'cause-
unless Thanos Primal goes up on Hasbro Toy Shop and I manage to get him, because they're supposed to go back up, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Jared,
at this time.
what did you get this week?
I got a potato.
I didn't know if you'd see that. Yeah, Jared didn't get anything, so I just put he got a potato under his thing. Chris, what did you get this week?
I got count 'em, 2 Thanos Primals. However, one of them doesn't have a crown.
Womp womp.
I know, I was so excited. I opened the box, or the package box, and I didn't realize it immediately. But then I was like, wait a second. I had it like, then I took it out of the box after taking a picture. I was like, wait a second. Oh, his crown's not on. Oh, I must have dropped it. I was like, well, no, where is it? So I was like, oh, let me take a look at the picture. And lo and behold, fresh out of the box, not even out of the box, there was no crown on it. So frantically, I go and I grab the second one, which, by the way, shout out to Russell again. I gotta get you paid for these. I get paid Wednesday, so yeah. So where was I? Oh, right. So yeah, thank God we got 2. I got 2 by accident due to a little bit of confusion involving some things that had been priorly arranged. But anyway, yeah. So thank God I had the second one, had a crown. So that's what I'm keeping for sure. And then I'm gonna try and get in contact with Hasbro. And if they need me to send it back, I don't know if I will, because I might just keep him and either sell him or just I don't know, maybe make a custom out of him. I've got him,
Make Primal Prime,
Oh, not locker. That's not a bad idea.
because that's the only version of that that doesn't exist now. Because there's already the Optimal Optimus and the obligatory black repaint. So why not make Primal Prime?
That's. I'll have to consider that one too.
Make a Constructicon colors recolor. Do it, you coward.
Meanwhile, I'm the maniac who's going to try to make Blot into Lugnut. Speaking of, Soundjack, if you can get me 2 Blots, that would be great.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'm here right now trying to get a picture of.
Now, I'm going to step out because I think dinner's ready.
Bye,
I will be back in a bit.
See ya.
Peace.
But anyways,
That was all I got, so yeah.
Soundjack, what did you get this week?
I finally got for myself the Wave 3 Power of the Primes Luxes, meaning I have the rest of the Terracons.
Roar!
I am happy.
I'm happy for you, Booker.
I am happy.
Which is your favorite?
A lot.
I was gonna say it's a dumb question because it's everyone's always favorite is Blot, but I had to ask.
But the important question is, which is my least favorite? Because I don't know. Because I'm sitting here trying to figure out the answer because like robot mode, Cutthroat is superior, and Sinner Twin is just a sad little thing. In alt mode, Sinner Twin looks great, while Cutthroat looks like the blockiest bird you have ever seen that probably should not fly. And Cutthroat, I have a problem with his head. It's like his beast mode head. It just always pops off every time I try to transform it. Because
That's a very widespread problem.
Yeah.
A couple pins would have been nice.
yeah, pins there would have been nice, but I also
That
have
seems
a
like
problem.
a big thing for this year. Just a couple.
I know, no, nothing, Jared.
Yep. Jared, you tried. That always seems to happen when
What?
Jared tries to talk.
Yeah,
You just totally
Yeah.
cut out.
yeah. But for me, which would mean maybe Sinner Twin should win if that's a problem that I find annoying. However, my Sinner Twin's left arm, I guess, suffers from mold flash or something, and it just falls off. Like it'll stay, but even if I try to transform it, it just because rotating it, it's just going to fall off. There's nothing there. It doesn't even. It's not necessarily like there's. It just does not have a satisfying click. If I put the other shoulder off, put it back in, there will be a nice satisfying click saying, "Hey, you got it in there." Not on the other arm. Nope, not nothing. It just slides in and it just slides off, even though it's a ball joint and it shouldn't be doing that. So I don't know which of them is better than the other or worse than the other. So they're tied. But yeah, Abominus is great. Abominus, though, I didn't have a chance to put him all together into Abominus, and Abominus is my favorite combiner. And honestly, it's 90%. He's got the good hands and the articulated feet. And it can stand up straight because while Victorion has the same thing, and I like her hands are a little dainty, but like her feet are completely fine. It's just the hotspot mold just likes to tilt forward so much. Like honestly, the only reason she hasn't fallen off of my shelf yet is because she's standing behind Superion the Defensor.
Yeah. She has some standing issues. But
It's unfortunate, but yeah, Abominus all the way, baby.
he's so cool. Anyways,
Yes.
moving on to the news. First off, we have, what is it? We have some rare Beast Wars art that is surfaced, which is the Orkanok Microverse play. Who is that? Someone is just like breathing really heavily into their microphone. I'm guessing it's Jared.
I don't know. I just moved it. I don't know if that was me or not.
I would guess it's usually you if it's
I'm
some.
very sure, Jared.
But anyways, the Orkanok, is that how you pronounce it? Orkanok Microverse playset package art.
Yeah.
Which is an orca that transforms into a base. The art's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think these bases are weird. That's basically all I've gotten from looking at this.
Yeah.
It's a little
There's a
creepy.
This came with like miniaturized Maximals and Predacons. I forget it came with the Orkanok. I remember the other one was called Tarantula and came with Tarantulas because duh. But this is cool. This is cool to see. This very rare packaging art.
Yeah, so that's neat. It's still just I don't like looking at the cut up orca. Ew, it's a little weird. Anyways, next we have some. We don't have a lot of big news this week, anyways, because we just did the episode on Thursdays when we recorded it, so it's only a couple days later. But we have some new updated product images of the Unicron, of the green Unicron we are getting, and I really like it. It looks really cool. There isn't much new shown off or anything, just more pictures showing off its green glory.
Yeah.
Man, I do want this. I need to see how expensive it'll be once it actually comes out. Well, one or
Yeah.
the pre-orders. I need to look at that, but yeah, it looks good. I just hope I can afford it. Then next we have some more pictures, which are in package images of Volkswagen Bumblebee, Bumblebee movie as the helicopter Dropkick, and the KSI Sentry from Studio Series, which are 18, 22, and 23, and they all have their backdrops. The KSI Sentry is just reusing stingers, not surprisingly. At least I'm almost certain that is just stingers again, the picture for the backdrop.
Yeah.
I think Dropkicks is using thundercrackers scaled down, or at least it's similar. It might not be the same.
It definitely. Well, I looked at it and I was like, wait a minute, I recognize that, which is weird, but okay.
Yeah. I don't know if they don't want to put images from the Bumblebee movie in because they don't want to spoil anything, and then we don't get to see Bumblebee's background, which is interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, you could technically see a little bit of it like through the packaging, but like you can't tell what the actual background picture is. If I had to guess, it's gonna be like the garage that what's her name's finds fixes Bumblebee up in.
Yeah, that's really dark.
Yeah.
Makes sense. For sure.
But yeah, it's definitely these toys I'm getting excited for. Also, if you didn't know, fun fact, the KSI Sentry, I've seen some reports saying that it's based off the Oreo cookie robot in Age of Extinction, but I don't think that's true. I really don't. Maybe the deco is, but like the new molded parts are clearly based off of another red drone that is in the movie. The only reason this figure isn't red is because Stinger, who it's based off of, is red. So you don't want to release a red repaint of a red figure. That would just be weird. Like, that's just not smart to do. So that's why, I'm pretty sure that's why they changed it. But they're saying that it's inspired from the Oreo cookie. So, like, maybe partially, but it definitely is inspired from a specific drone, which maybe I'll tweet that out, the comparison, if I can find a picture of the Oreo cookie drone and the drone I'm talking about. But
Maybe it's where they got the color idea from, at the very least.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's just, I'm guessing the deco is where they got that from. But the molded parts, I'm very certain, are not from that, even though I've seen reports of that. Next is MA001 Tyrant Throne for MP36 images and pre-orders, which is a purple throne for Masterpiece Megatron. What episode is this from?
The opening.
Oh, yeah.
The ship. We actually talked about this last week.
Oh, we did? Oh,
Yeah.
I forgot.
I don't think I mentioned the pre-order, so...
Well, there's pre-orders for it, even though it's not pre-order of the week. So,
also never realized Laserbeak. It was just a perch for Laserbeak.
yeah, it's just a perch for him to sit on the back.
Never made that clear. So I mean, didn't talk about it all too well. So hey, why not bring it up again?
Yeah. Next we have Imaginarium art. There are images of 3D printed Megatron statue prototype. Looks really cool. Also looks really expensive. Also, is that a dead Ironhide under him? Is that Ironhide? It looks like Ironhide to me.
It
would
might
make no sense.
Wait, what?
Holy crap, that is huge. Yeah, that definitely looks like Ironhide after
That's what I thought
Yeah.
too.
Poor
after the
Ironhide.
movie.
That's rough. Anyways.
I can't survive movies.
Poor Ironhide.
Oh.
Oh.
7 years, guys.
Jeez. But yeah, so the statue looks really good. It's in all gray, which in all honesty is pretty close to Megatron's colors anyways, so there's not much else they have to just have to slap a little bit of paint on. It's pretty close. But there's I like seeing the pictures that are like the 3D printer and the pieces coming out and stuff. That's actually pretty cool. I would recommend looking at the article and looking at those photos because you get to actually see the 3D printer they made it off of in a basket holding all the different parts they printed out and stuff. So yeah, definitely look at that. That's neat. Next, something actually I'm pretty excited for, is a new Cyberverse clip has been shown, which is what's it called? The Scout ship, which basically involves
Yes.
Bumblebee and Windblade. Like looking, do they take on two Seekers, Thundercracker, and who we are
A new one.
thinking is Skywarp, but Skywarp hasn't been confirmed or shown for the show. But this is a Seeker that we haven't seen before. It is a
As
little more. It's
purple.
purple. It's there isn't very much black at all, but in all fairness, Thundercracker is also mainly just blue in this series, so I think it's pretty reasonable to assume that that could very well be Skywarp, just his design in this show.
Unless they throw us a curveball and give us Bitstream.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, but it's not Slipstream. We know that for sure, so it
Yeah.
could. It's possible, but yeah.
Even though the article says a brief cameo by Slipstream.
Yeah, which is false.
Wrong.
That is not Slipstream.
Maybe it's Blitzwing.
But I gotta say, the more
Jared.
I hate you. I gotta say that the more I see of Cyberverse, I'm really, really liking it, like, a lot. I think it's pretty. Like, some people don't dig the animation, but I do. I think it looks really good, and
Animation's so smooth.
I'm honestly getting really excited for the show. So, I'm liking the dynamic between Windblade and Bumblebee. I'm surprisingly not annoyed by Bumblebee like a lot of people seem to be. So,
Oh, I'm getting more used to it. I think I'm getting better accustomed to it with more variety and some nice touches like a very nice. Honestly, something I found was a very nice touch was like he had the hole in one line, and you could hear like the golf applause in the background from the recording. Just little touches like that. I don't know.
yeah, but I gotta say, I'm very excited. Did both of you guys watch this? I mean, did all of you guys watch this, or does anyone?
It's more than two of us in here.
I did not watch it yet.
I have not.
Oh yeah, I forgot Zeus went to eat.
Yes, it actually is almost.
Zeus is dead.
But yeah, I'm really looking forward to the show. When does it premiere again?
I don't think they've given a specific date, but I'm pretty sure they stated sometime in September, which makes sense since Cartoon Network is starting to put these clips up on their channel.
Yeah.
On their YouTube.
I'm getting excited, especially because Star Wars. Oh shoot, what's it called?
Clone Wars.
No, different. It's a new show. It looks more like this. It comes out in September. Clone Wars.
Resistance?
Clone Wars. Yeah, Resistance. I couldn't remember the name. Yeah,
I
Star
was about
Wars
to say
Resistance.
Rebels, and I was like, wait, no,
Nope,
that's
that's over. Resistance comes out the 7th of September, so I'm getting excited for that as well. So honestly, two shows I'm very much looking forward to now. Although I think I'm more excited for Cyberverse than I am Resistance, but I still am more excited for Resistance than a lot of people seem to be so far. Don't get me wrong, Clone Wars is definitely better in terms of what I'm looking forward to future Star Wars stuff, but I am also liking Resistance quite a bit. Also, something that maybe we'll talk about more next week, because I don't think any of us have gotten it or tried it, which I wanted to do before we started, but I didn't, it's called B-Vision Bumblebee AR Experience app, now available on Android and iOS devices.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
So I need to download that. I was going to download it before the show started, then I got distracted, so I have not downloaded it yet, but I will definitely download it, and we could talk about it a bit next show maybe or something. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. From the pictures I see here, it looks pretty cool.
Zeus is alive again. Oh my god.
Hey!
Hey Zeus.
Where are we?
Hey, Zeus, did you see the new Cyberverse clip?
I meant to look at it, but I haven't yet.
Okay, so that's fine. So we can still move on to that. Have you haven't downloaded the Cyberverse? I mean, not the Cyberverse. The Bumblebee AR app, have you?
Is it on iPhone?
Apparently
I haven't
it
downloaded
is.
it.
No, I didn't download it yet. I meant to before the show started, but I have not yet.
I'm actually going to do that now, so we can get some first impressions.
Yeah, I said that I would definitely talk about it next week at least. Hey, we can download it after the show, talk about it, and then that can be on What Did We Get next week, because that's technically a thing you got. It's an app, even if it's free.
Yeah.
But anyways, Jared.
Wait, what's it called, real quick, just so I can...
I think B-Vision. B-Vision. Yeah, I think that's what it is. But either way, it's Bumblebee AR experience. But I think the app is called B Vision.
Yes, it is called B Vision. I'm gonna get that now. I'm gonna see what happens.
Jared,
Yeah.
what is our pre-order for the week?
Oh, were you at this point?
Yeah.
There were not many topics, were there?
No, I'm kind of surprised.
Well,
Yeah.
we just did
Trans-
the show on Thursday. That's why.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Good. Yeah.
It is the Transform Dreamwave, part of Prime Dinobot Volcanicus add-on kit.
Which
Mouth,
looks
that's a mouthful.
amazing.
Yeah.
It
I've-
does.
I've seen a review of it out of, I can't remember if it was China or Japan, and it looks awesome. I really want it.
It's glorious.
Wow, I just cannot get over how good this looks. I am very,
Someone-
very excited.
As someone who just finished Volcanicus, this is making me hype.
Volcanicus sucks. I'm just putting that out there.
Oh, I'm not
I-
saying he
um,
doesn't.
I
I'm just
like
saying
all the
as someone who
Dinobots, but
finished-
this kit makes Volcanicus, who I don't even care about Volcanicus. I don't hate the Dinobots combining, but I was just like, I want the Dinobots. I don't really care about the combiner. But that's how good this kit is that it makes me want to put them in combine mode just because this looks so amazing.
It does.
God, it looks so
Okay,
good.
but also Volcanicus is a good, so
Did you say Volcanicus is a good? No, he's not. Look at him.
he is though. I've
could be
looked at
better.
him many a time. He's
Could be better.
he's not great. He's not great, but
good.
he
no,
is good.
No. If you say you can like him, but he isn't inherently good.
Well, if you have him in the configuration I have him, where I have the arms set up a different way, and he's got smaller shoulders, he's very good.
Well, I kind of want to see
Try
your
that.
configuration because I
do
an
too,
alternate,
actually,
an alternate configuration that could possibly, but there's no way it looks as good as this looks, which is amazing.
I know. I want it. Gimme.
It's supposed to come out. It says August. It's a pre-order, but it says August, which
I
there's
mean,
not
my
much time left in
birthday's
August,
in
so.
October.
He's
I'm
got-
not saying. I'm just saying.
$60. It's $59.99. So
5 days.
Ooh boy, that is an expensive upgrade.
it
Yeah.
How much?
is, but it looks really good. It's $60. But it comes with the hands and the feet and the stuff for the torso, which in all honesty, the Perfect Effect sold the hands and feet and the upgrade for torsos separately, and this comes with weapons. So in all honesty, this is really at least 2 upgrade kits in one. Perfect Effect has just sold theirs separately, so they seem cheaper, but they really aren't that much cheaper.
Okay.
Also-
Would this possibly be available at TFCon?
I would bet that it'd probably be at TFCon, yeah. That'd be my
snap.
guess.
I want to take a lot of money with me there because there's gonna be a lot of stuff I'm going to want to get.
Yeah.
I went to Toronto with like $400, and that wasn't even enough for me because I wanted more stuff than that.
Oh yeah, I
than
went
what
to
got.
BotCon with like $700, and I had to be very careful in how I spent it, which I spent.
I'm
all
probably
of it,
gonna.
but
I'm gonna try and take at least 1,000 with me.
'cause there was a lot I bought. But anyways, moving on. Since we have not much news at all, that's why I put several questions of the week in for this week.
Oh
So-
yeah, I need to open the show notes.
All right, then I'll start with the first one. So the first one is.
So I sent my configuration to the.
to the group. Okay,
It's loading, Eric. It's loading.
it's okay. I'll read the first one.
No,
So
I can.
no, you didn't have them up. That's your fault, bud.
This is my
I'm just, nope. If you keep talking, I'm gonna kick you. Okay, so first question is what RID 2015 character? No, wait, not character. It's what RID 2015 figure, specifically figure, not character. Do you wish had gotten a G1 toy?
Bearing in mind,
Zeus, were you cutting out?
Zeus is dead.
That was a little weird.
Yeah.
Anyways, what RID 2015 figure do you wish had gotten a G1 toy back in the day? Personally, I would have loved to see him Storm Shot, and that's from Matthew Plord, which that's from a Facebook group where I made the post for a Q&A post.
I'm
I
pretty
think-
sure
I
that
th- Wait, what were you going to say?
I'm pretty sure that's Mateo Potato on Twitter.
Oh, okay. That sounds right. I think that Storm Shot would definitely be a really good one. Zeus,
What
you're
happened
trying,
there?
but you sound really bad.
oh, is this better?
Okay,
Yes.
there you go. You were like cutting out like crazy.
Okay, I just got a little closer to my microphone.
But anyways, I think that Stormshot would definitely be a really, really good option for that one. So
Yeah.
I like that, but I mean, it's really obvious what I'm gonna say. So let's just get it out of the way and say yes. The figure I would obviously want is it's definitely Starscream. No, it's definitely Scorponok because he didn't get a figure in G1.
Nah, man, Soundwave.
Soundwave.
Bumblebee.
How about that Optimus?
I was just gonna say Optimus Prime.
Cool.
Actually,
he seems pretty cool. I really wish he'd been in G1.
All right, I'm gonna go. Obviously,
or you know what? Actually, no. I take it all back. I really would have loved to see a G1 version of Grimlock. Imagine that. Dinobot.
Soundjack, your joke about Sideswipe. In all honesty, Sideswipe was in G1. He was just yellow and called Sunstreaker. That's RAD Sideswipe.
No. It's Fastlane. It's Fastlane, guys.
Or you know what?
But no, I mean the character, not the toy.
You know what would have been really cool? Do you guys remember that Menasor guy from the 3rd season? Imagine if he had been in G1.
Cyclonus,
that would have been so cool.
I love how all the time we're spending on this question is just making jokes about
Yeah.
Can I give a serious answer, please?
No, last one is Steeljaw, because wasn't he one of technically Blaster's cassettes?
Okay, but that's a completely different Steeljaw.
That's true, but it's still a Steeljaw. But obviously,
that's a technicality.
It still counts. My choice would definitely be Bisk, who could, in all honesty, be just an orange version of G1 Nautilator. But either way, I wish Bisk would have gotten a toy in G1 along with Thermidor, because who wouldn't enjoy a G1 Thermidor and Bisk? That'd be great.
Yeah.
Chris, what are your picks? Well, I guess you only get one.
Windblade.
Hi, Windblade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually a pretty good one. That's a really good one. I think you win, in all honesty. I think that's the best answer.
Of course I do. I'm me.
Soundjack, what would your pick be?
Ayo, I'm Thunder.
Oh, Thunderbolts would be so cool.
That's a good one.
I mean, there are a lot of good choices, but I gotta go with my boy Springload.
I was hoping someone would say Springload.
That's the frog, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Who's obsessed with the Lost City?
I don't know anything about the characters at all. I just think it's really funny that there's a truck that turns into a frog.
Oh, he's literally crazy. He's a madman searching for a.
He sounded like Gilles de Rais from the Fate Zero dub.
He's searching for the Lost City. The entire show.
Doradus and its fountains of energon.
Yeah, exactly.
So he's just looking for El Dorado then.
Yep, pretty much. Jared, what would you pick?
I don't know, since I didn't really watch the RID 2015.
Well, see, but we're not talking about characters. We're talking about toys. It has to be a toy, not a character.
And the thing is, I don't have...
Say the Bisque Combiner. You have that.
Super Bisque.
There you go.
G1 Super Bisque.
Super Bisque Duocon, yeah.
More Duocons. We could always...
Yeah. I would say that also, Steeljaw, like, I know I pointed out the technicality, obviously, but like a Steeljaw would be another cool one. And then one that I think would actually fit into G1 really well, this will be my last thing, is Fracture, because he is like a normal-ish robot with a vehicle mode. So.
Okay, but also Clampdown.
Clampdown's just a KO Bisque. No, I'm just kidding. Clampdown's pretty cool.
Wasn't Clampdown first, anyways?
No, Bisque was first.
No, Bisque literally was like one of the first Decepticons ever showed off for the show. In a clip.
Okay, but toy-wise,
no, I don't think he was. I don't think Clampdown 1 never got a warrior class, but I don't think Clampdown's even came out till a while later.
He did.
I think.
I remember seeing Clampdown reviews before I saw Bisque reviews.
For Legion class Clampdown?
Yeah.
Yep.
Now I'm kind of curious what wave he was.
2 TF Wiki.
I know, that's like, now I need to check, because I...
Oh, actually, I have a pretty good answer that's kind of halfway wrong.
Drift.
No. Bludgeon, Transformer. That wasn't just Tank Dude in a sense way back in G1.
Aw, TF Wiki doesn't say what wave.
Well,
Damn it, McFeely.
What the heck?
What? I mean, on the toy line page, it does.
Oh.
Basic was wave 9, and Clampdown was wave 6 for Legion class.
Wave 9.
Wait, hold on. Wave 6 and Wave 9.
Was it? Shut up. Anyways, I think that answers that question. So, Chris, do you want to read off the next one?
oh, yeah, sure. This one's from, I can never say the second, Steven Eider on Twitter, at
Yep.
Steven Eider. He asks, when is it time to give away a toy in your collection?
I like how you didn't say the slash. You just said sell giveaway.
That's how I usually do that. Sorry.
It's weird.
No, I'm not. I'm Midwestern.
I think that that's honestly a really, really good and important question, Steve. 'Cause like,
Yeah.
you gotta look at what you're doing and like just consider like how far you're going and everything. Like recently, I just moved, so I had to unpack and sort literally all the toys I owned, and I was like, I have a lot more G1 generations compared to anything else in my collection than I thought. So, like, that was kind of an eye-opener. I'm not going to sell a lot of them, because I know that's, I mean, I guess it's a little different. But, yeah, in terms of selling and giving away, I guess if you have, I would say, if you don't enjoy it, for one, that's just an obvious, like, if you don't like it, doesn't make you happy, clearly it's better to give away / sell it. But also, if you have multiple representations of the same version of a character, then maybe, again, but if they all make you happy, then it depends, because, like, I would say Optimus Prime is probably a key example where if you collect, there's a very good chance you have lots of Optimus Primes. They could be all different versions, like you could have a War for Cybertron, you could have a, Generations Voyager, you could have a Prime Optimus, which it's like...
The Dark of the Moon one with the trailer that I really, really, really need. And
See,
want.
it's like there's all these different versions, but if you have like every single version of Classic / Generations Optimus Prime that has ever been done, like the the Classics Voyager, the Combiner Wars Voyager, the Power of the Primes Leader class, the
Henkei Voyager,
the
Siege.
Yeah,
the Voyager with black
Voyager
screws.
that's coming out. Yeah, shout out to Miguel. Basically, so like all those different versions, if you like, if the way you display your shelf is like you have an Optimus Prime shelf, then maybe you want all those. But if you have like a display that is all your G1 cast in Generations form or stuff like that, but then you like have like 10 Optimus Primes, it's like, well, do you really want all of those up there? Or like which one fits in the best? Do you have a place for the other ones? Like that kind of stuff. So I think it's all about just honestly, does it make you happy? Like, because if you don't like it, if it's not doing anything for you, then there's really no reason to keep it. There's gonna be someone out there that would that wants a specific version.
Whoa, bless you.
Bless you. Because every toy is someone's favorite toy. Even if it's a bad toy, there is someone in the world whose favorite toy is that toy. So if there's a certain one that a certain one that you like but the rest you don't, it might be time to, think about selling it or giving it away. I personally don't, because I don't buy things that I don't want. Now, in all fairness, you could buy a toy that you think you want and then it's bad, but I always have I've always been able to figure out a purpose and kind of stuff for my things, but I know that a lot of people do sell to afford new things, and so that is definitely a way to look at it, is just honestly, what do you need, what do you want, and what makes you happy? So I don't know if you guys have different...
Nothing makes me happy, all is suffering.
Okay, I've got an answer. The minute I stop caring about a figure, it goes up for sale. So like, for example, I have 2 versions of Titan's Return Brainstorm. I have the Comic-Con version, and then I have the Walgreens version. I like them both. I have them both in my collection. Meanwhile, Highbrow, I stopped caring about a month ago. I've sold him off already. I just am waiting for payday to ship him. So the minute I feel like I don't need to have a figure in my life anymore, for whatever reason, like it doesn't fit in my collection, I don't enjoy transforming it, I don't like the look of it, then I just put it up for sale. And that's because the other thing is I like to keep a collection that's not massive. I've seen people who have like huge rooms full of shelves of figures.
I know.
And
those are so cool.
that's just not what I want for my collection. I like having like a few figures that I like picking up from time to time to transform and then putting back. That's what my idea of a good collection is. So a lot of it also maybe depends on
Personal
how
preference.
you view your collection.
Yeah.
Do you want your collection to be a bunch of figures that you're going to leave on a shelf and never touch again? Because if that's the case, you might want to go masterpiece, because those are the kinds of things where most people aren't going to touch them.
Yeah.
But if you want a collection of a lot of fun toys, then you're probably going to go like Generations, Robots in Disguise. And if you're not going for a particular look, then that's the other thing. Like, if you have a very specific idea of what you want your collection to look like, and you have figures that don't really fit with that idea, that would be another time that I would want to sell something. Like, I'm trying to keep my movie stuff down, because I don't love every single design from that. There are a few that I like, but I don't need to have a bunch of figures I don't like just to, quote-unquote, fill a slot.
Yeah. I think that's definitely an important way to look at it, and I think you just made me realize that I basically have two collections. I do both things that you just mentioned. Like, I have a ton that I'm trying to display right now and everything, if I finally got sorted out, I'm going to have all displayed and everything. But then I also have a lot of figures that I do not display, that I just mess around with and stuff.
Yeah.
So in all honesty, it's a pretty defined two groups. I like to move around, and like I occasionally will take stuff off the shelf or out of bins and stuff, because I don't like having them in bins. In all honesty, if you have your stuff in bins like all the time, just like if there's a reason, like you're moving or stuff like that, that makes sense. But like if you just have your stuff in bins all the time, so you can have those figures, in all honesty, if you're not looking at them, there's probably not a reason you shouldn't sell them and get money for them.
One other thing I wanted to add on, for me personally, the only figures that I have that I'm probably not going to like take off the shelf and start playing with are going to be my combiners, because it's, a lot that goes into a big combiner figure, and the Combiner Wars figures aren't necessarily the most complex or fun to transform, so those are probably just going to end up staying on my shelves in combine mode, and the odds are I'm not going to move them around that much.
Just to spite you, I'm going to play with my Combiner Wars Iron.
I was going to say, that's kind of interesting that you say that, because I think that they are kind of fun because they're so simple, only because you can go from all of them in vehicle mode to all of them in robot mode to all of them in combine mode very fast. Like, individually, like, you know what I mean? Like, individually, I agree with you, they're not that fun because they're so simple, but as a group, I freaking love it.
Sure, and then there's that. And the other thing is, a lot of my collection is based on like transformation complexity. Like, if it's an interesting transformation, it has a lot of really cool tricks to it, that's a figure that's probably not going to stay on the shelf for very long. But if it's very simple to the point of boring me, or very complicated to the point of me wanting to blow my brains out, I'm not going to touch it very often.
That's kind of why I don't have a lot of G1 figures, and I don't have a lot of Masterpiece figures.
Masterpiece, there are some figures that have an involved transformation that look fun. Like, I want to get my hands on an MP36 because I've seen the video, and while it does look difficult, it also looks like it could be a fun time. That's Megatron, the Masterpiece Megatron.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that one, I want that one too.
On the other hand, stuff like DX9's Sugar, their Astro Train, that doesn't look super fun. I wouldn't necessarily want that in my collection because I don't love the way it looks, and it doesn't look super fun to transform.
I have something about Masterpiece I'd like to say real quick. I like to think of them as like statuettes that you can transform. They have the option of transformation, but you're probably going to buy them as a display piece, as a statue. That's my personal opinion.
That's in part why I think the Masterpiece Optimus Primal is my favorite Masterpiece figure, is because while it does look really good as maybe just like a statue or an action figure, it does have the more involved transformation, but not to the ridiculous levels of like X-Transbot's Apollyon.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, that perfect middle ground where it's a fun toy, but it also looks really nice on a shelf.
Yeah, it literally all comes down to personal preference. Like, I
Yeah.
enjoy certain Masterpiece transformations. I also do not enjoy certain Masterpiece transformations. So it totally all depends. It's literally personal preference. So, in all honesty, it's pretty hard to gauge that question in terms of, like, when is it time to sell or give away a toy in your collection? Because it totally depends on each person.
Yeah.
Hmm.
All right.
It all depends on what you're looking for in your collection, whether it's display, posability, transformation.
Yeah. I think
And
it's
your budget.
There are like a multitude of factors, and budget too. There are a multitude of factors that all go into deciding whether you keep something or if it goes up on eBay or a sales thread on Twitter.
One other one I could think of would be sentimental value as well.
Well,
That's
yeah,
a good one.
that's exactly what I was talking about. If it
Because
makes you happy.
I've got a few childhood Transformers I will never sell if you offered me $10,000 and I had nothing to my name.
Exactly. That's
Yeah,
fits
if it
into
weren't
my definition of saying if it makes you happy, then definitely keep it. But if it doesn't make you happy, then literally, what is the point? Because what's the point in filling a hole if filling that hole doesn't make you happy? Like, you know what I mean? In terms of like a team member or something like that. Like, if you don't like them, you don't like the toy. If it doesn't make you happy in any way, and you're just getting it for completionist sake, it's like, I don't know. So I think it's important.
Yeah,
Another thing is to reassess your collection. Like, just because you liked it when you got it doesn't mean that 10 Optimus Primes later it's still super important to have, if you know what I mean.
If it weren't, the other thing is sentimental value can be like a really strong thing. Like, the only reason I still have the Revenge of the Fallen leader Optimus is because my grandma got it for me for my 9th birthday, and that I remember getting that and that being one of the coolest things ever. And now I'm not the biggest fan of that. I have the movie MP, which is that, but 10 times better. But just, I like still having the Revenge of the Fallen one because of that emotional connection.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like
If it had been, I walked into a toy store when I was 10 and I picked this off the shelf, that thing would have been gone ages ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like why I haven't gotten rid of my Titan. I guess you call it Titan. Movie Revenge of the Fallen Devastator.
Yeah, and
Even though it's kind of a crap toy, it's sentimental. It was for my 12th birthday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. It's 2009. Yeah, 12. Sorry.
That's fine. It's kind of like me with my Cybertron Cream and my Make Toys Galaxy Meteor, who is the like the third party much better version, the third party upgraded version, and my Cybertron Starscream, that's the oldest figure that I have in my collection. Like, I have G1 stuff, but like in terms of how long I have owned it, that's the longest I've owned, and it's been one of my favorite figures I've ever had.
Yes.
And
same.
Yeah, and on the subject of that, one of the only reasons I got the MP Primal, because I didn't grow up on Wars, and I've not watched much of the show. One of the only reasons I got it is because of, again, like an emotional neighbor who had the original Optimus Primal figure and a bunch of other Beast Wars stuff. So I wanted to have something for my collection that would remind me of all that.
Soundjack, do you have anything to say?
I mean, honestly, I was agreeing with what Eric was saying mostly.
Suck up.
Honestly, I agree with Eric the most. Do agree with Zeus a little bit, but mostly it is.
Kiss ass.
Yeah, in all honesty, I think that's just like a life philosophy. If it doesn't make you happy, why are you doing it? Like,
yeah.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
that's a big part of why I stopped collecting Lego is it stopped being fun for a while. I still will get the occasional set, but I'm not buying the same volume I used to.
Though I think I am a little bit more of the get a couple of things to fill in a couple of gaps because I am mostly someone that really it's hard to disappoint me on. There's a couple of things like not as great as it could have been and don't necessarily enjoy me, but I enjoyed them enough to hold them around. And then there's a couple that are like, oh, that's bad, but like that completes a set. But it's this very small fraction of amount, so that is a little different for me. But like, it is all dependent upon what you want what do you want your collection to be. I do want them in my collection. Do I wish they were better? Yes. They still here? Yes. Is this what I got? Yes. But like if it was something like standalone by itself and I really hated it, it's gone. But sentimental value is also a thing that I'm getting into a little trouble with because I do with Studio Series, I'm being like, okay, we got these better figures of older figures, and I'm probably going to try to sell some of older figures. But there's a couple, I'm like, but do I want to sell them? Because like, I still really like that. I don't know why. I think it's just I played with it so much as a kid. The 76 Camaro B from the first movie toy line. That's just terrible toy. And I got the new one, which I mean looks better at the very least if it doesn't hold together all so well. But I'm kind of like, do I want to sell it? But do I want to sell it? I don't know.
See, now I had that figure and had no connection to it because I got the 2-pack that came with the 2007 Camaro B, and then that was the one I ended up playing with more because it was a better toy. And now I lost that one, and I ended up selling the 77 Camaro because I hated it.
Wait, did you say you played with the 2007? Wait, did you say you thought the 2007 Camaro is better? Wait, I'm confused.
There was a 2-pack when the movie first came. The 2007 Camaro that came in the Bumblebee, I thought was better than the one that was the 76, 77 Camaro.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
I mean, I can't remember if it was 76 or 77.
I think it's 77.
Okay.
I did like the newer Camaro B more, but I still really enjoyed
both at the same time. Too.
Because like that, because the newer B had like a cool and interesting transformation, but I just came out of Cybertron. The older B was much more of the style I was used to of transformation. Mm-hmm. And those missile launchers were fun, and it turned into a nice solid car mode.
So this discussion we're having now can actually kind of lead in nicely to our next and final question for this episode. So, Chris, do you want to say it?
Well, the last question?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, duh, that's my job. That's my role. What is one character who has never gotten a figure that you would like to see get a toy? And that's from Ant at TFU_info.
Which, yeah, if you haven't listened to his podcast, TF University, it's really,
very good.
Really good. Really good.
High quality.
I'm so far behind. I need to catch up.
So am I.
Same.
I'm catching up now. I'll probably be caught up in a day, but because I listen to it nonstop when I listen to it. But yeah, very, very good, very informative show. Very different from any other podcast you've listened to, and you'll learn a lot. So I highly recommend it. But I think that's a good question, but a really hard question because these days everything is getting remade or getting made. Literally everything.
I want a wrung figure. Yeah. I'm not letting him off on a technicality. I want a legitimate wrung figure.
Oh, I know. Now I know what you're talking about. No, I think there's a difference. So yeah. I think that's even by technicality, I'm pretty sure, just because of how that story has gone down, that still it would count. But
and don't say it, Zeus, because it's a spoiler.
I'm not gonna say it.
I'm just. I
want him, and I want one that's actually him. I'm not letting him off on a technicality. I want one that turns into a
something
into a sonic screwdriver.
No. an ornament. That's what he was officially classified as, an ornament.
Stick and/or a pen.
Sonic screwdriver.
I still think that if we hadn't gotten the thing that happened, he would have ended up being a pen. He would have been the canon version of the Optimus
What?
Prime pen that Sentinel Toys put out. Or Sentinel. I'm not sure if it's Sentinel Toys.
Oh, okay. Talking about the Optimus that turns into a pen. That literally transforms into a pen.
I have
I
that.
got the Nemesis version.
I honestly needed time to prepare for this
Oh,
question because it's so
hey.
hard to think about like the things
Yeah.
that have not gotten made. Like literally the only thing I can think of that I've ever like really wanted that I know has never gotten made is the two-headed shockwave drone from Age of Extinction.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
I think that would be such a cool toy. Especially because you could turn it into whatever the heck you want because it doesn't have an alt mode. But that beast of a two-headed shockwave just looks...
So
crazy.
it's just a pile of Lego bricks.
No, it has an actual design.
No, I mean a pile of Lego bricks that can turn into
Oh.
something.
Oh, yeah.
But it
Yeah.
is a
So,
pile of
because of
Lego
how it
bricks.
transforms, yeah.
Basically, it's just, hey, build the robot. You want an alt mode? Make up your own.
Oh, but another one that technically, like, so there are third parties, but officially I would still love a toy, and a transforming toy is what I'm going to say, is also Tarn.
You just
Oh,
stole
yeah.
my character.
Sorry.
Oh,
you can still
actually,
use it
ooh,
as
I thought of
yours.
another one.
Well, no,
Chief
he can't
Justice
use-
Terrorist. Chief Justice Terrorist, I think, would be cool.
I thought it was
Tyrus?
Tyrist.
I read it as Terrorist.
It's
It rolls
Tyrist.
off the tongue better.
No,
It
it
sounds
doesn't.
better
It's
if you say
Tyrist.
Tyrist.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
It just sounds like you
Well,
want to cry.
Well,
Now
to
the
me,
tears are going to rest.
sounds better. To me, it sounds better. I guess I'm wrong again.
I have mine if you want to hear.
All right.
I don't know if this one will count, so I'll say this one first, and that would be Bay vs. Unicron.
What? We haven't seen it. So I
That's
don't
why
know.
I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. So for my one that would be definite, would be Pharma, IDW Pharma.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. I think
Big
like
Pharma.
IDW and Movieverse are like the only two places you can go to for this, because everything
Yeah.
else has gotten toys.
Ooh, IDW Strafe, the one that turns into the two-headed dinosaur.
I saw
That
someone.
was from- that's from
Paddles.
Paddles.
We need
Paddles.
paddles. Official paddles.
Paddles.
I'm gonna submit this for Miguel's spot. The combiner in IDW that is Tarn, Shockwave, Six Shot, and I forget what it is.
Oh, that was my thing from a while
The
ago.
Phase
Yep.
6
Hyper. What was it? Mega.
Mega Hyper 6 Wave something.
Yeah.
Mega over Mega 6 Wave.
Oh yeah, it wasn't Tarn. It was Megatron, Overlord, Shockwave, and Six Shot.
I thought
Yeah.
Overlord is in it too.
think.
Huh.
Yeah, Mega over 6 Wave, I think.
Mega over Six Wave.
I think. Don't quote me on that.
I've seen everywhere. I'm seeing Mega Overwave. Oh, that's for other stuff. That's not for Transformers. Okay. Anyways, did anyone not go?
Me.
Soundjack, what is yours?
Mm. There,
What?
there is Joyride from Transformers Cybertron, who was the motorcycle refugee who thanks to Aspector Prime, is now known to be Downshift's spouse. So, I just want the couple on my shelf because also I'll take every single Cybertron figure I can get my hands on.
Ooh, I know what figure I want now.
What?
That's never. That the character from Transformers Cybertron that just transformed into a stoplight.
Oh yeah.
Plain sir.
So there's a couple, but I feel like the only places that have a whole lot is honestly like IDW and Movieverse, and still there aren't that many in Movieverse. That's just mainly backgrounds.
Though another one I would also say would be Aileron from IDW.
Oh yes, Aileron.
Oh, is it Star
Velocity.
Drive? Is it Star Drive?
Oh yes, Star Drive. I forgot about Star Drive.
She would
Lug
be
and
high on my
Anode.
list.
Lug and Anode.
I like Star Drive so much more than I like them.
Which one's Star Drive?
That's the ROM.
She's the one from the ROM versus the Transformers.
I didn't.
She's
read
a
that.
ROM and a she's a Space Knight and a Transformer, and she's like really cool. It has a
She's
super
also
cool
a
design.
triple changer.
Yes, and she also possesses the powers of the Space Knight's enemies too.
Well, she rescinded being a Space Knight, then got possessed, and then managed to control it, and somehow Prowl recruited her and stuff.
I know we technically have a figure of her, but IDW's version of Firestar I think is really cool.
Yeah, that's true.
And we don't have an IDW Firestar. We have a G1 Firestar. I don't know if that counts or
We
not.
at least have a Firestar.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah, I
say it's a
guess.
Firestar toy.
Ooh, what about the one that turns into a boat who looks like a shark guy for some reason? Also from More Than Meets the Eye.
Huh?
Why can't I remember his name?
Oh.
The dumb one who almost got eaten by Scraplets.
I don't know what you're talking about because I've not really read all the IDW comics that much. And I'm getting cut
Yeah.
out.
So on technicality, what it says in the question is, what is one character who has never gotten a figure? So it's character, not necessarily. So I feel like by technicality, your Firestar would be eliminated because IDW. I don't know. I guess it's. I don't know. But anyways, that's about it for those. So
Hold on, I'm looking it up right now who it is. The guy.
wait, what are you talking about?
The guy with the fin on his head that turned into a boat. Ooh, Atomizer is another one who I don't think we've ever had a figure of. He's kind of cool.
Okay, anyways, so this week's mascot is definitely Dreamwave Combiner Bisque because, oh my god,
Oh, I got it. It was Riptide was his name. Riptide.
has Riptide never gotten a toy?
I'm not sure. That's why I was asking.
I just
Oh, I
feel like
remember
that sounds
guy,
familiar.
yeah.
What was Riptide? Images. Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. What is he based on? I guess maybe he hasn't.
Yeah, no,
For
I
some
don't think
reason
he's had a toy.
For
No.
some reason,
He's,
I really thought he did.
No, there aren't a lot of boat Transformers, and he definitely isn't one of the 3 that exist.
But yeah,
Because
so
there's
He-
Sea Spray.
that's yeah.
What's his name? Tidal Wave.
Hearts of Steel
and-
Shockwave.
Hearts of Steel Shockwave, I guess. But I was going mainline stuff, not third party. There was one other one whose name I can't remember now.
Yeah. Tidal
Oh!
Wave.
No, it was Six Shot had a submarine mode.
Tidal Wave.
I said Tidal Wave already.
Oh, did you say Broadside?
Broadside, right, and Six Shot who had a submarine mode.
I don't think that counts. Plus, boat and submarine aren't the same thing. But anyways, yeah,
Well,
Dreamwave
both
Combiner.
go in the water, don't they?
Dreamwave Combiner Bisque, because if
Well, yeah,
if
but
the
one's meant-
Dinobots can look
well, yeah,
that
but-
amazing combined, then imagine a Lobbstr Dreamwave
Zeus.
Combiner. It'd be amazing.
Zeus. The
Yeah.
difference between a boat and a submarine is if one goes under the water, everything's fine. If one goes under the water, everything has gone horribly, horribly wrong.
Basically.
I guess.
That's the key difference.
But also on Nerdy Geek Talk this week, there will be stuff in just the next few days. We're recording some stuff tomorrow. There'll be another NGT reviews. That'll be the Studio Series Voyagers. We'll have another Misaligned soon, hopefully, and then possibly some Star Wars stuff again with Holocron Herald and or Mandalore Mandate. We're just not sure on like what day that's gonna be recorded, but you'll definitely at least get NGT reviews and very hopefully Misaligned. It's very likely.
Oh, and are
So,
you going to try to put up the TFCon Sunday panel too?
I don't
'Cause
have
that
the
seems
audio.
like-
I don't have the audio for that.
Oh, just ask the transmission guys. They'll probably send it to you.
They just sent me the Friday one. I don't know. Did they post the
They
Sunday one?
posted the Sunday one. Just ask them. You can
Oh,
probably
that's
get
right.
it.
So we might get that up too. So yeah, that's basically what's coming. And then, just in general, if you like this podcast, definitely share it out with all your friends, because why not? And you can, if you're listening to this on YouTube, thanks. Definitely subscribe to Nerdy Geek Talk, and you'll get all of our stuff. If you're listening on the podcast places, that's awesome. If not, subscribe to Nerdy Geek Talk on basically anywhere you listen to podcasts: iTunes, Apple Podcast, Google Play, Stitcher, Podbean, all of that. That's basically everywhere. So Nerdy Geek Talk, and that's how you find this show and the other shows that I talked about. You can also follow at Nerdy Geek Talk on Twitter for the stuff about podcasts going up, and then at Steel City Bots will occasionally have polls. You know, other stuff like posts and what am I? I'm trying to think of the polls. Yeah, like did I say polls? I don't know, but oh, gotcha. Well, I was thinking of the poll that you put up for Has Anyone Seen The Office? Definitely go vote on that if you're listening to this within a day. Yeah, lots of different things up there, and then at Steel City Bots on Instagram. Hopefully, we'll have some new pictures up on there soon. Do you think you could do some soon, Soundjack?
Oh yeah, I promised one from the last episode, and I haven't made yet. So
Cool. So there should be some stuff up on there soon. Personally, you can find me at Eric Crowbar on Twitter, or at Aramis Prime on Instagram, whichever's your thing, and in lots of different Facebook groups and stuff. Also debating a YouTube channel. We'll see.
I'm gonna peer pressure you into a YouTube channel, Eric.
See, but I don't want to do a YouTube channel if it's not good, so I need to gauge how the semester's going to be before I promise anything. So,
and why
we'll
did you
see.
say anything?
Yeah.
I'm-
Now you're gonna be peer pressured by us and by Twitter at large.
Well, I'm teasing. I've done it a couple times on Twitter, just like
Tease
mentioned
it.
it, and then
I'm
they
gonna-
always. And I'm
I am
always
going
like, "What
to
the
tweet
heck?"
at Becca, and she's gonna make you do it.
I don't
She's
know.
gonna use her pipes power to make you do it.
I like pipes, but I'm not that big of a pipes fan. I'm not gonna lie.
You will be.
I
You
like
will be.
Overlord more.
Oh.
That is heresy. That is
Okay,
heresy
Google.
of the highest.
How do I
degree.
kill
Okay.
someone over
Look,
Skype?
Overlord sounds like he's gonna give me Kentucky Fried Chicken. I don't think Pipes is gonna give me Kentucky Fried Chicken anytime soon. So I'm just saying.
I mean, I think Overlord. I think Pipes would give you Kentucky Fried Chicken if you asked nicely, and if you knew what Kentucky Fried Chicken is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Too much double checking and work. Overlord. He sounds like he's selling it to you. So.
He just is made out of Kentucky Fried Chicken.
That's what his
Yeah.
chest opens up for, so he can dispense chicken.
He's made of chickens. He's just a bunch of chickens in a metal suit.
That's why he's a duocon, except he's really a multi-chicken.
All right. Anyways, Jared, where can people find you on social media?
You can find me on Twitter at Jared Proco. That's where I'm at all the time, basically. If you have any questions about anything, really, just ask away and I'll try to answer. I'm also on Instagram at JarPro00. Can't remember that too.
I thought it was Jar Proc, or is it just Jar Pro?
I think I shall check.
I'm pretty sure it's Jar Pro.
Huh? Maybe I was wrong.
Probably. Anyways, I am there. You can, if you go there, you can find all kinds of Nightbots that I have done and I will be doing if you said follow me. Nope, it is PropJar00.
What I thought.
And yeah, I do Nightbots, which is my ripoff, or I like to say the third-party version of
It's your appropriation.
the
of the
Deskbot.
Deskbot.
And yeah, I just take pictures of my figures with a backlight. It's actually quite cool, some of the pictures. So yeah, check them out if you are interested.
All right, Zeus, where can peeps find you on the interwebs?
You can find me on Twitter at _Zeus. That's the word underscore followed by the word Zeus. You can find me on Instagram at pcm.exe and on YouTube at PCM Reviews. I have a couple of reviews planned. I just don't have the figures yet to do said reviews. Also, I need to get better editing software, but that'll come along later.
You could review figures that you have.
Well, but where's the fun in that when I've got a couple
Well, you keep
of real...
raving about that Bumblebee, so I think you should
Yeah,
do one on that Bumblebee.
I'll probably review him, but I've also got a couple of bigger reviews planned first. I want to do of some stuff that's going to be coming this week. Wink, 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 wink. I think that was enough winks to maybe let you know what it might be.
It's a wink?
No, it's a certain number of winks. You'll figure it out when I tell you when it shows up at my house.
It's Morse code. He's trying to spell it out for us. Anyway.
I'm not. You'll find out on Wednesday. Everyone else will find out next week.
Wink, 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 wink.
Now it sounds like you're saying oink like you're a pig. All right. Chris, where can people find you oinking on the internet?
You can find me on Twitter at Soza Productions. I'm not on that account very often, but if you tweet at me there, I will see it and I will get back to you if you want to ask me any questions, or if you're interested in any plans I might have for my crownless primal. Other than that, you can find me on YouTube, Sonozawa Productions. I haven't put out any videos lately, but the playlists I do listen to at work should be available to listen to. It's a lot of anime music, so if you're into that, feel free. Give us a listen. Other than that, I don't really have any other thing I'd like to give out, so yeah.
Let's go with our only other option
is everyone still there?
as Soundjack.
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube at SoundJack426. My YouTube channel is predominantly a toy review channel, along with my own podcast called Soundjack's Rambles, where I talk about different nerdy things. Didn't do anything for last week. This week, coming up, we'll be talking about Voltron Seasons 5 and 6. My Instagram account features pictures of the toys I've posted, reviews for, and sometimes some random stuff, but mostly just pictures of the toys I've already reviewed. And my Twitter is just kind of where I hang out, so come on by and say hi.
Alrighty, and I think that's about it. So we will catch you next week and in other podcasts before then. So see ya.
Bye, Anara.
Bye, I love you.